What's going on, College Hoops Heads? This is another edition of the Center Hub's YouTube channel where we will be going through transfers, NBA draft prospects, returners, and everything college basketball and NBA related. So my name is Stephen Bagell. I am joined by Matt Kostoff. Today we are going to be talking about, Zvonimir Ivisic, Big Z, going to Illinois. His brother Tomislav Ivisic already played there. He just played, I think, his 21-year-old freshman year. They are twin brothers for Brad Underwood's Illinois team. So they added Zvonimir, and they also added Illinois David Milkovic, who plays in the Adriatic League, plays against legitimate EuroLeague teams. There's speculation they could be getting Dame Saul, who plays for FC Barcelona, though that isn't official yet. And Matt, I would imagine Kasparas Jakubonis is not going to be back. He will be declaring for the NBA draft. And I personally don't think Will Riley will be back. It wouldn't shock me if he was, but I don't believe he's going to be back.
I foresee him going. It'd be tough to come back and have them also get Sar. For me, it's one or the other. So I think Riley. I think he goes. I think Sar comes to Illinois. I've only seen him mentioned with Illinois, not many other teams. I mean, he's legit too. I mean, he's an athletic wing. He's dangerous on defense. He's dangerous on offense. Kind of does it all, just kind of like Kasparas did for them. So I mean, I would be super disappointed if he stayed in Europe and didn't play college basketball. I think he rounds out that team nicely with Boswell, the brothers, and then how do you say his name? Himerich, and also Ty Rodgers coming into the fold again, who's also a great defender, great rebounder, veteran who they kind of need on such a young team. I also saw that David Mirkovic, he shoots a 40% clip and at 6'9", 250. So they got bigs coming in who not only are huge, but also can shoot the ball.
It's a very, I suppose, oddly assembled roster, given they have four sort of big men and the two brothers, Milkovic and Humerich, who all could shoot the three. But then you have Kylan Boswell, Ty Rodgers as your guards, who really can't that well.
Yep.
So it's just a very interesting assembled roster, like how Coach Underwood is going to make this work. For what it's worth, I don't think they're done. I think they're going to have to add some type of shooting. This roster right now, it's not reminiscent of Indiana this past year in terms of like that Indiana roster had no shooting whatsoever. Like they had Omar Baller with the 5 who couldn't shoot. At least, like as we said, they have the brothers, they have Humerich, they have Milkovic. It's just odd to see a team that all the shooting is in the front court.
And also, if Sar, I saw some measurements on him, 6'11", 3'4" wingspan at 6'7.5". At his athleticism and his ability to go into that second gear, I mean, he's playing in good competition as well. I mean, there's not many 18-year-olds who have the resume that he has, and I think that final piece of the puzzle of that resume is going to play NCAA ball. I foresee him coming to Illinois. I mean, his measurements are insane. I think he leads the team in points next year if he's there. Boswell is going to be the man to run the show, probably one of the best point guards in the country next year. And then they got the two brothers holding down the fort in the middle. Going to be a nightmare to go into the trees on offense in the paint around those two dudes. So I think the missing key to this team is Dame Sar. I think they get another shooter. Not sure who that is, but if it's either Dame Sar or Will Riley next year, I think they're fine.
And let me see. For what it's worth, Dame Sar and Milkovic are both playing right now on the Nike Hoop Summit. Obviously, one of the better combines for guys their ages to participate in. Yeah, it's just shooting. I don't know if Jake Davis was at what was he at Mercer, I think, 2 years ago. I don't know if he's going to get any burn in terms of being a shooter off the bench. But yeah, this team definitely isn't done, and I think they're waiting for the solid domino to fall before they figure anything out, anything else further out.
Now, for you see this team. They have Boswell. Say they get Sar. They got Ty Rodgers. They got the brothers, and they got this Mirkovic guy. Where do you see them in the Big Ten next year? I mean, it's going to be a competitive 2026 Big Ten. The Buckeyes are fully backloaded. Michigan State lost some key pieces. Michigan's got Yaks, got Morez, got Adamaya coming in.
Elliot Cadeau.
Forgot about him.
And UCLA, UCLA. I was just gonna.
IU's got to Fries now with a couple other pieces. Reed Bailey, Connor Enright. I mean, it's a stacked conference next year. Big names. Purdue, can't even forget about Oscar Clough and Braden Smith.
And Trey Kaufman run.
Yep.
Oy, this is a tough one. I want to say how are they not top 4, but you just named like 6 or 7 really good teams next year.
And then you just start thinking about how many other teams are in that conference. Oregon, USC, forget about them.
Yeah, like what about Northwestern? Like as crazy as it sounds, they have Martinelli coming back, and Brooks Bonheiser, they said, is trying to get another year. Bonheiser's in the portal, but there's a good shot he comes back.
They just got a good transfer from USF too.
Jaden Reed.
Yep. So, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a dogfight next year. So yeah. I'd say top 5. I mean, Underwood's one of my favorite coaches in the country. That guy doesn't really take no for the answer. So I foresee them being top 5, making the NCAA tournament. I don't think he's done in the transfer portal by any means either.
I think we have to see what happens with the shooting, obviously, and what Will Riley will be doing. If Will Riley's back, then this roster is that much better. If you replace, because like people forget, Will Riley was a reclass. Like he should have been a high school senior this past year. So the fact that he would be back next year instead of and foregoing the NBA draft is like a testament to the leap he could make and what should be his true freshman year in college basketball.
Yep. And I see that. I also see some rumors about them going after Captain Jack, which could be pretty interesting.
Yeah. How often, because again, we talked about the 4 big men here. I think Humachis could play a good bit of the 3, even though he played the 4 for them this year. But between him, Milkovic, and the 2 Ivisic brothers, how often do you think, like, are they just going to play a 3-big lineup a good bit of the time? Or do you think the brothers play together? How do you think that lineup plays out?
I think they have I have Big Z and Tomislav at the 4 and 5. I don't know if Humerick starts just as they need a little defense at the wing. I think Ty Rodgers might get the nod, especially being a vet on the team. And then I see Sar or Riley, whoever is back or there, at the 2, and Boswell obviously at the 1.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could work with that lineup a lot, those bigs, especially with that Markovic kid. He seems legit from what I've watched. So I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be an interesting team put together wise. It's definitely gonna be one of the more interesting ones I've seen in a while. But it should be fun. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. And now I'm all excited on the Big Ten after going through how many of those teams are going to be legitimately good. Like they have 5, 6, 7 teams that are probably top 25 in the AP preseason poll, at least as of now. Again, I know it's super early and we shouldn't even be discussing rankings, but
still exciting. You haven't even seen what Washington are going to do.
Washington just got Kumari Peterson, I know, from ETSU, and they got Somerville from Rutgers.
Okay.
So that's a start, definitely. Maryland, obviously, Buzz Williams is rebuilding a whole roster. Iowa, obviously, Ben Sturts is there now with Coach McCollum. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Oregon, we didn't even mention.
A good one for Illinois to get would be Josh Dix from Iowa.
I think isn't he accredited now?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But a guy of that ilk, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, a guy who's shooting a 40% clip would be really nice to add to that team at the 2 or 3.
Yeah, I can't think of who it is right now. But like, there's enough shooters in the portal. Like, we saw the difference Kobe Bryant made for Kentucky this year of just being a legit shooter. So I'm sure Brad Underwood will find someone. And I'm excited to see Tyler Rogers because I was excited to see him this past year, and we didn't get the opportunity to, given you redshirted.
Forgot about Josh Dixon at Creighton. That makes a lot of sense for them.
Yeah, him and Owen Freeman both go Iowa to Creighton. But okay, anything to add on Illinois?
No, I'm excited to see it. I mean, one of the best coaches in the country, bringing in another good transfer class as he did last year and the year before. Should be fun again.
Yeah. So you guys could follow me on Twitter at @the_NBA. That's NBAGELL. Go follow Matt on Twitter at WhoPound5. Go check out our work at the-center-club.com, and we will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for listening.
Peace.